Welcome to episode 107 of the episode that never almost happened. Uh, here on the Postmodern Polymaths podcast. Happy New Year. Had a power outage or an internet outage here just as I was going live, so that's always fun.
Good times.
But I'm on mobile. Lyman's on. Hello, Lyman. He's in charge today, so he could ban me from my own shit.
It's risky business, but we'll do it.
Yeah. So, Happy New Year, Lyman. You doing okay?
Yeah, man. Happy New Year. How are you?
Well, I've been better, but we got shit rolling. It's all right. You've got all the family and shit. Why don't you tell everybody the shit kind of stuff you do with families or whatever y'all do?
Oh, well, this year's excitement was, let's see, we got the kids. I went to the store and braved an obscene line to get food. And Natalie baked. I grilled. Lit myself on fire. That was interesting. Did that yesterday night.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, always grill with a light so you can see if there's a pool of flammable fatty grease before you flip your steak into the coals. Yeah, it was good.
I'm sorry, I thought that was just a given.
No,
perfect.
When I think I started grilling when I was about 6 or 7, and yeah, I've never had that happen. Like, I've seen flare-ups, stuff like that. That's totally normal. But last night was like throwing kerosene on a fire, and it splattered on my hand, lit my hand on fire. It was good. I liked it. Definitely recommend
fun. It. Yeah, that sounds great.
You can't afford that shit in America. Come on.
Yeah, I know, right? So you burnt yourself. Was there old fashions involved at all?
There were Manhattans. Let's see. So I started using the Wild Turkey bourbon, which is surprisingly good. I'm sure a lot of people out there would probably think, oh, it's Wild Turkey, but it's actually pretty good. And then switched the vermouth up from, I forget what the other one was, to just like the standard Martini and Rossi. And so I carried those bottles in the same bag I made backpack old fashioned. So I guess it's kind of a backpack Manhattan.
See.
Tee. But
good.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay.
Cooked some steak,
So you did
shrimp, scallops. Well, didn't get to the scallops because of the burn, but
I'm gonna have to come up there and just crash your shit, I guess.
Yeah, you should come up here and crash our shit. It's good. You can just lay around and drink Old Raspy and stuff and eat. Play Mario Kart on the Switch. No? Well, I'm going to steal one. Every time I see you, I'm going to steal something. So.
Well, you're a little thief. That's okay. Yeah, so I went over a friend's house. We watched, before New Year, a movie called Midsommar. It was kind of weird. It was like
Midsommar?
Yeah, it's midsummer in Swedish, basically.
Oh, I was gonna say if it was either foreign or punny.
It's not foreign. It's not punny. I mean, it takes place in Sweden, but it's an American movie. I mean, they go to Sweden for vacation, and it turns out to be some weird cult thing, and people die. So, it's kind of predictable if you've ever seen like.
Is it based on anything?
Wicker Man. No. If you've ever seen like any of those like Wicker Man, or any of those kind of, like pagan festivals where they make sacrifices.
Burning Man? But not really Burning Man. Burning Man's like, I think it's in Nevada. It's the Coachella where shit's on fire.
It's like medieval shit. They used to make It's creepy. It was white. It was super white. It was Sweden, so like they were doing crazy Swedish pagan shit.
Is it set in an old time?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like this isolated cult or whatever. They went out to visit Sweden, and then they went to this isolated cult place because they had a foreign exchange student friend that was going back to Sweden, right? And so they tagged
Right.
along. Well, they knew they were taking them there for a sinister purpose. So yeah, there was like a
So,
lot. There's sacrifices and death and things.
is it something I should watch?
I mean, I thought it was drawn out as fuck. I mean, the cinematography is good. I'll give it that, but it's just so drawn out. Jesus,
Is it like super
it's
long?
really
Like,
pretty. It's, I mean, in an ear. I don't even know the length of it, honestly. It's just it was drawn out to me. It could have used some editing because they were trying to use music and shit. I don't know why you're grinning at me like that,
I'm not
sir.
grinning at you. Uh,
Yes, you are. You're fucking.
you want me
You're
to tell
smirking. I
you
saw
want
it.
me to tell you the honest truth?
Go.
All right.
Go ahead.
Because I'm a bad co-host and a lazy person. I had a dad joke sent to me, pre-filtered, screened, and the dad joke's good.
That's not for until the end, sir.
I know. I'm not giving. I didn't say I would give it to you. You just asked me
Okay.
about smirking. No, you're good. Everything's good.
All right.
We're professionals here.
Creepy white people pagan shit. Okay. Where they sacrifice. Like these
So modern day.
festivals, like they used to like. It's like druid shit or something. I guess you've never seen anything like that. I've seen it. It's kind of a theme in some movies.
But it's like
It's
modern,
old
not.
school pagan shit.
But it's like modern time
Yeah,
people
no,
doing
it's set in present
pagan shit.
day.
Oh, okay. No, I get it.
Crazy blood sacrifice shit. Yeah.
Is it
So
super
anyway,
gory?
it was well shot. I mean, no, which is good because I don't like it when it's just over because it desensitizes you. It's just not that.
Well, and I know Natalie doesn't really care for the gratuitous gore
It's
for the sake of
shocking.
gore. Is it?
No, it's not gratuitous, but it's shocking. Like bam, just out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? That kind of shit. You don't expect it, and all of a sudden there it is. That kind of thing.
Anyway, so you watch this
I don't think
movie
it'd be too bad for her. I don't know.
on a scale of 1 to 10 unicorns.
Anyway, yeah.
What do you give it? Watchability.
Oh, I guess it depends if you're high. Because it's kind of so drawn out. But if you're like high or something, then time dilation probably wouldn't be as long. So I would say, because I had one hit before I watched it, weed or whatever, and I have a low tolerance. But it was, I don't know, I guess sober. I mean, just because of the cinematography, I probably a 6.
That's pretty good.
But as a plot, I don't. It wasn't as good as a plot.
Like
So
a
overall,
5,
I wouldn't.
4.5.
Yeah,
Right.
something like that. So it wasn't bad. It's something interesting. There's tripping and drug use. If you're fucked up, it might help a little. Do what?
Ayahuasca. That's like the standard thing that gets put into movies now when people are tripping. It's like the thing that it's the Coachella and privileged white person thing to do if you want to trip.
If you're saying for this, I don't know. In the movie, it's not that because they're in Sweden, so it's all white people shit.
Hey, it's probably directed by white people
It's like
in America. Who knows?
shrooms. It was shrooms that they were tripping on, I believe. Anyway, so it's okay. And then after that, we briefly watched the ball drop. It was the Nashville New Year's thing, which is supposed to be best in the country because CNN and ABC switched to it on New Year's. So I guess we're pretty big shit when it comes to New Year's celebration or whatever. I don't. Yeah, there's like 200,000 people down there.
In Nashville?
Yeah.
For the ball drop?
Yeah. Well, it's not.
Is that,
It was a note. It was a fucking music note drop. It was like, okay, that's
I
cheesy as
mean,
fuck. Okay.
see, I've been saying for a long time that I want to go and see the ball drop in Times Square, and that's clearly the Southwest Arizona person who has never been to New York thing to say, because anybody who probably has, even on a regular day, does not think that's a great idea.
I couldn't do it. I don't know that Nashville's any better now. If there's 200,000 people down there, fuck.
200,000 people for a note drop. I mean, it's very punny. I give them credit for that. Is That's a lot of people. So if that's significantly smaller than Times Square, I'd
I
still
have no
do it.
idea.
I'd do
I mean,
both. I would do both because I'm a glutton for punishment to say I did something for
I'd have to
myself,
bring
not to
pills.
others. You have to bring
I'd have
what?
to bring pills. I'd
Pills?
have to bring pills just in case I freaked out.
What?
Yeah, because that many
Oh,
people would
anxiety?
freak me out. Being packed in, it's like claustrophobia and
No,
shit.
man. I would just like, I mean, I guess you can't help but be packed in. It's not like I want to be like up against the rail with
Oh,
security or something. It's not
no,
like I'm
no.
watching like
Yeah. It's just the
program play.
getting down there. I guess we could Uber. If you ever get down here, I mean, we could,
2020, one of our goals is to go visit Nashville and stay a few days.
that's all you need, really. I mean, there's not really that much. Most of it's all touristy shit, and like the honky tonks, and like I guess the Country Music Hall of Fame and shit. I mean, I don't. The Parthenon, I guess you could go see maybe.
Parthenon.
It's a replica of the Parthenon in Greece. It was built in like
I
1900
didn't
for the.
I didn't know that was a thing there.
Yeah, you never. Yeah,
I mean, I've
it's
heard
pretty
of the
neat.
Parthenon, but you know,
Yeah, it was for. I want to say it was for the centennial, the state centennial.
it's funny
We're
because
supposed to be that.
no, it's
I'm
the
sorry.
Parthenon, not the Pantheon.
Right,
Oh, okay.
right. Yeah, we're supposed to be the Athens of the South because of it, or some
Hey,
bullshit.
you guys have allegedly good hot chicken. So if that's true, then yeah, you could be the Grease.
And and the hot chicken, that too. So yeah,
That's
well, I can
really
show
what we're
you
looking for.
hot chicken, good beer, Parthenon, I guess. There's a couple different things I'd have to figure it out. But anyway, so that's what we watched that, and then I got stoned some more, and then we watched Star Trek for some reason.
I think
We
you
were
kind of
watching
did
old Star
better
Trek
than I did.
episodes.
I think you did better than I did. Because after I got burned, we sat down shortly after because I made shrimp after that. That marinated shrimp is totally good. Everything was good. And then at one point, my hand was bugging me so bad, I went upstairs and like ran it under some water some more. And I was like, fuck, I'm gonna lay down on the bed for a second. And I literally went to sleep at like 10 o'clock.
And
I suck.
yeah, go around burning stuff, it'd be all right.
I don't mind burning stuff, just not myself. That's really the problem.
Well, yeah. All right, so we've kind of went through what Lyman going around and burning himself up and shit, and me getting stoned and watching shit TV. So that sounds about right for both of us. I think it sounds
Was it?
about.
Were you local or did you go somewhere?
No, I was here. I went to a friend's house.
Okay.
They have they just got a fancy TV and shit.
Ooh.
So
Oh, I left one very important thing out. Is we got Natalie's kids a Nintendo Switch, and so I no, yeah, we definitely have. Her and I have played the Switch more than the kids have, but we played a lot of Mario Kart, 4-player Mario Kart, and yeah, it's that rock and roll
okay,
lifestyle.
that's what happens when you're big pimping like you are.
I know, big pimpin', totally.
So I kind of wanted to go. One of the main things I wanted to do let's kind of go, because I don't believe in resolutions, and I'm not doing that stupid shit. I always thought that was kind of stupid. Kind of go back maybe through the previous year and see what episodes were the most popular. I'm kind of fucked because I don't. Hey, do me a favor if you don't mind, Lyman.
Yeah. Can I make you an admin? Is that a thing?
No, I don't. I haven't figured that out yet. I can't figure it out where you can do that. So no.
Yeah, no, I don't see it so far. What would you like?
Send me a message, Facebook message,
All right.
randomly.
You still see me right now, right?
Yeah, it'll come up. It'll come up on top. It's if I go in there and do it, it'll cut out. It'll.
No, it's all good. Yeah, you don't want to do that. By the way, you might
So
want to
yeah.
for fun to check and see if your internet is back up because you can dual action some of this stuff.
Hold on a second. The reason I'm in here is because my charge.
I'm just gonna forewarn you. When I did the mobile thing, not a great idea to put this thing in the background. It won't lose it if you're quick, but
Yeah, that's why I don't want to do that.
I sent you a message just saying test.
I got it. The one I got off the top of my head right now is there was the first one's the best one from last year. Now keep in mind, uh, there wasn't that many last year because I took a hiatus, and there was a couple of shows in April, a couple in June. It just started regularly back up a couple months ago. So, but it was about my friend Ree. She was in a cult. Well, it was a cult of evangelical Christian cult, basically. Where like the women are, of course, this you don't have to be in a cult necessarily for this to be the case, but
which cult? Like an actual cult or just a religion?
Well, it's a religion, but it's a sect of a religion that's a cult.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. So anyway, there was abuse involved. She was abused by her. I may get this wrong. I believe her father abused her, and or maybe it was her uncle. I can't remember. But when she went and tried to tell somebody, of course, they know.
Of course. Yeah. Oh, nothing happens.
Yeah, he was high up in the church, and nothing was ever done because they thought she was a whore. It was her fault, the usual kind of shit, and it was all enveloping. It was, like the men are like the big, the pastor is like the end all be all of everything. So, I mean, it's pretty disturbing. I encourage you to go listen to it. Well, trigger warning, obviously.
And which episode was that?
The one where I'm going to look up right now.
Or we just, if you can't look it up, we'll just put it in the notes anyway.
No, I got it. It's just I got to find it again. It's a fairly recent one, and I actually told her that it was one of the here. Episode 91, which came out in June. It's like I said, there's not, like I jumped from April to May, some in June, one in August, and then it steadied back out in like October. So, but anyway, I think I may be able to get back on, but I don't know if it's going to do right. Yeah, that one's pretty disturbing, to be honest with you. Okay, I'm gonna try this. I don't know if it's gonna do it right. I might have to kick myself out. It'll be like some kind of weird
meta self-flagellation.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. That's
Hi, me. How you doing, me? Echo.
Low. Do you want me to add you in the stream?
Get this one out of the stream.
The one, hold on. When you say this one, you're talking about the one I'm talking to right now?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to add the other one first, so it's not super weird.
Okay. All right, can you hear me?
Oh, there's two kick. Kick. Done. Yes, sir. I'm actually impressed with the quality of your phone situation.
Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. So the camera went out for some reason. There we go. All right, we're back in business. So let me get this back where it was. So yeah, that one was really kind of messed up.
No, that's I don't even have words for what that is. Honestly, that's fucking terrible. Unfortunately, not an isolated incident.
No, and she lives in the South. I can't remember. I haven't listened to it in a while, but I can't remember exactly where it was. But I'm pretty sure it was somewhere in the South.
I want to hear that.
So
So we'll definitely anything you talk about, let's put in the show notes for sure.
yeah. Actually, Zach, Zach had her on too, because my friend Zach Law had her on Sacrilege after he heard her on my show or whatever. He thought that was something he'd want to talk to her about, but she finally was able to get out of it. They love her. She still talks to him, but she married a Middle Eastern.
So on. She got out. She got out of the religion.
Well, she got out of the religion. Well, that's not how she got, but she married.
No, I didn't mean that. I mean
Oh
just.
no, I'm just trying to clarify that she got out of the religion. She got married, but it just happened to be a Muslim guy or whatever.
Oh,
And they love that. They love
is
that.
do you know if he's practicing or if they both are not?
No, he's not practicing.
Well, that's good.
But it's just funny that I mean they must have their minds must have their
I
minds
mean,
must have exploded.
the good thing is though is they can both relate to each other's situation of leaving something like that.
Yeah. It's just it was I mean
Different, but yeah.
it's a disturbing episode, so but it's well worth listening to. Just in case you think in other parts of the country, I think well, hey, this is everywhere really, but maybe they don't necessarily believe this shit really happens, or they think it's all exaggerated, maybe and shit like that. Well, it's not. It's a real thing, and it really hurts people, and it's terrifying, really. And I, especially in the South, it's even worse. Although they're all cults, everywhere, I guess. But
So in the South, is it mostly like Southern Baptist, evangelical?
it's
And
mostly, Church of Christ,
now, what
Southern
does that
Baptist.
fall under, Church of Christ? Because I've heard, I mean, I've obviously heard of it, but I've also heard of different either I don't know if it's in or out of context or just an easy name, like some of the actual cults that have used that.
Oh, it's so there are main ones. Like that's one of them. A main, what I would call a main denomination, right? One of the bigger ones.
A legitimate one, not
Well, yeah,
not Jim Jones or some
yeah,
nonsense like
right,
that.
yeah. So Church of Christ, Southern Baptist. There's also just Baptist, which are usually further right because a lot of people don't like the Southern Baptist because they went too liberal apparently. Which
What?
is which is telling you something.
One of these episodes, dude, we should go through the different denominations and sects of Christianity in America.
We should have him. We should have Chris back on since your ass didn't get to see him last time.
Chris?
Yeah,
Which Chris?
Chris Shelton.
Oh, yeah. No, I would definitely like to. I was bummed that I couldn't do that.
We're gonna bring him back on. Maybe we'll talk about because he's into cults and shit. He knows all about that
You know
kind
who
of
we
stuff.
should get to come on?
Who?
Bryce Blankenagel. Him and I share the commonality of being a Mormie, ex-Mormie.
I had him on a long time ago.
Well, it's been a while.
A couple of years ago, actually. But yeah, no, that's fine. I hadn't thought about that, but Yeah, he does that show, and he does another one, Glass Box or something. And
He has another podcast.
yeah, and I think this has more to do with regular news stuff rather than my cat knocking over fucking cups everywhere.
It's good luck. Your cat knocks something over every single show. Every
And
single show.
she's on her hind legs trying to get up in the cabinet.
It the show has been christened.
What are you doing? Oh my god, I can't. Okay, so anyway, uh, so bad. But listen to it. That's all I'm gonna say. I need you to go listen to it.
All kinds of bad, but worth listening to because education is good.
Yeah, basically. So let me go to the next one here. Don't mess with Texas. That was in April. That was Nathaniel Walters. He's a atheist activist, uh, atheist slash religious active. Political activist in Texas, specifically. Fuck, is it Dallas? I think it is. He's gonna kill me. I don't remember. But he has a show called Divine Disbelief. He does with his lovely girlfriend Susan Turpin, which I know you know who Susan is.
Yeah, I know Susan Turpin.
Yeah, she's an American atheist. And oh my God, what is happening? Hold on, get down. Oh my!
Listen, just put the kitty on your lap and bring the kitty on the show.
No, she's not gonna stay.
She has stuff to say.
Oh my God, and there's glasses in there too. Oh my God. Okay, so anyway, we talked about
all your crystal stemware.
Yeah, on my Walmart.
You're like, pinkies out. Let's do this.
That I never actually use. Yeah. So we had him on. We talked to him. They do a show together now called Divine Disbelief, which is basically shooting down Christian apologetics kind of stuff, which isn't my gig, but I mean it's it's well done show. So I think he has lots of followers, which is why I think he got up on the. What are you doing?
What am I doing?
Yes, I hear noises.
Well, if I'm honest, I was closing a bunch of notifications on Twitter and ignoring them and sharing this to somebody, the link to this, that wanted to watch.
Sure. Okay. So anyway, whatever, dude. Go check him out. He's not on Facebook anymore. And I don't remember. Susan's is at Motel Cowboy on Twitter. I know. And I don't. Atheist Husker. That's it. That's his because he's from Nebraska, I guess. That's his Twitter handle, and he does videos about apologetics and how Christians suck.
And I think Chris's internet just died again. So let's see if I can get Chris back on here. Uno momento. Dead air is amazing. And because of that, I'm going to make it not dead air and get somebody else on here in a second. Bear with me. Go to Postmodern Polymath on Facebook and show us your favorite cat memes because Chris loves them. And put up your favorite dad joke. Who doesn't like a good dad joke? One moment, bringing our bearded savior back on.
Oh,
All right, we have Chris back
I
on
don't know
here
if I can
on
trust.
his
We're gonna have to get.
cellular device. Excellent. Christopher,
Now, I do want to say,
did your cat break the internet, or is, I'm assuming, Comcast sucking a giant bag of chalupas?
yeah. And honestly, I never even have problems. This is like the first time this has actually happened, so I can't really bitch too much.
Oh, you
But
can't.
I do want to say this is a good test of how we were able to kind of, you know, to kind of still go semi-smoothly with me having to go in and out from fucking phone and computer and shit.
Yeah. I mean, theoretically, you could have your phone on a backup in here at all times, and I just don't bring you in, or you don't bring yourself in, or we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, this hasn't been an issue, and this probably won't be an issue again.
No, it's probably
Hopefully.
just something.
So what were we talking about?
Good question. You had just mentioned Susan Turpin's
Oh, right.
Twitter.
You're right. So Aaron Ra, he's like Aaron Ra, sort of. He's like a Christian. He has videos and he gets on and talks about Christian apologetics. So he's a cool guy. Go check him out. Like I said, Atheist Husker. Their YouTube show is Divine Disbelief. So
And it will be in the show notes. It will.
I don't need you to remind me.
Yeah.
Go ahead and write all this shit down.
I am.
Okay. I'm not going to get through 10, so I'm going to jump around over the top 10.
So are you going from 10 to 1 or 1 to 2?
No. I'm sorry. No, I was going from 1 to 10 only because I wasn't sure I was going to get through all 10, so I just started at the 10.
All right, let's do it.
The evangelical cult I just talked about with Ree was number 1. Don't Mess with Texas, which was one of the Nathaniels. Number 2, Life After God is 3. And that's Ryan Bell of the Life After God podcast. Huh? That was before you. Actually, all these are before.
It was, and the delay answered.
Have you talked to Ryan Bell at all?
I know the name. I can't say I have spoken with him.
Yeah, he's the guy that did where he was going to live without God as an atheist for a year or whatever. He did the whole experiment or whatever with him being a atheist, and he ended up deciding to become an atheist after a year or whatever.
So he was religious. He decided to do an experiment to live without God as an atheist for a year, and then ended up becoming an atheist. All right.
Yeah.
I got it.
And he was already like an activist. He was already like a humanist, right? So it wasn't that big of a leap for him. So because he was already doing good work.
So he was religious, but then he was already a humanist to begin with. So he wasn't on the crazy spectrum. He just believed in a higher power, but was pro-human.
Yeah. So he didn't go through, he went SJW instead of like angry, fucking asshole atheist.
I'm pretty sure Natalie knows who that person is, actually.
I'm sure she does. Yeah. He talks to people about deconversion. If people who are coming out of religion, he tries to help them out. He's even got he's got a support group on his website for people who have been deconverted. So,
and do you know what that website is for the support group for people deconverting?
It's just, I think it's just lifeaftergod.com. I think it's just on there.
Lifeaftergod.com?
Yeah, I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's just on that way. Everything's on that website.
I'm also making notes for all of this too, because this is stuff that I'll. So
go check him out. I enjoy talking to him. He pops up on my post. He's SJWE, so he's a good guy to kind of keep track of, and he's always real about shit. That's why I like him. And he actually does stuff. He's also president of SCA, and my phone's dying. I forgot about that.
Oh, your phone's dying?
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna have to send you this file. God damn it.
It's all good.
Huh?
What do you got? What do you got?
I'm. Hold on.
Is my
I
phone
can't do
buzzing
that.
coming through the mic?
Do what? No.
All right, good.
Is your I can't go. Fuck. That's what I was trying to get you to text you before. Jesus. Message me before because
What?
that's where I got the. Okay, message me one more time.
Facebook, I assume.
Actually, no, there you are, right there. Sorry. So yeah, he's a great guy. I encourage anybody to go listen to his show, even if you're not deconverted. Like he had the guy who did the family on,
On
Jeff
Netflix?
Charlotte. Yeah, he had Jeff Charlotte on. So
On his podcast.
yeah, and that's I wanted to get him on my show because
I would be really interested to ask Jeff some questions that I'm sure might or might not have been answered during the editing process.
yeah, I don't know.
Because I live pretty
I'd like just
fucking close to that house, those people, all that stuff. So I'm just curious.
oh that's right. You live in that general vicinity. Okay, I
Yeah,
just
like
sent you.
the neighborhood that movie takes place in, like is I'm gonna guesstimate 30 to 45 minutes away from where I live.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I just sent you the file or the picture of the top ones.
Got it.
All right, we're that
And
Ryan
we are
Bell, which is Life After.
got it. All right.
Okay. So Life After God, go check it out. Especially check out the Jeff Charlotte one. What's the next one?
Life with mental illness. Episode 85.
Right, Bridget Fitch, who actually she's on Holy Vlog, the podcast, which runs midnights at Saturday midnights, I believe it is. Well, Saturday at midnight / Sunday morning, whatever. She came with me to. Well, I got her. No, she was already going anyway. She was an American Atheist. I don't know if you met her or not. She was at the table with me and Tucker, but she was hardly ever there.
No, no. Well, yeah. Short answer, no.
No, yeah. So we were talking about bipolar, her problems with bipolar and PTSD. She's in a shooting, one of those a restaurant once there was a shooting, I believe. So that fuck your ass up. And then she was abused, an abusive
restaurant?
relationship. So I mean, like a McDonald's or some shit. There was one of those people coming to shoot people,
like
and she was in it
few years
when it happened.
All right. Yeah.
Oh,
no,
I don't remember.
probably.
But that'll cause some problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and she's bipolar, and she
I
has.
I can relate to that. Other episode.
Yeah. So it's pretty fucked. I mean, she's on medication. She goes to therapy, but it's hard for her if sometimes she'll just lose it and then just like go. Just cry uncontrollably, and then she's afraid to make a fool. Of course, people who don't understand mental illness are little fuckers, or kind of. But there are some people who genuinely can't take it because it triggers them too, which is kind of sad, especially if you're friends with them. And she was talking about that. She had a friend that they couldn't be friends. I mean, they could never meet because they trigger each other basically. Or she trigger them. I'm sorry.
Is that explained in the episode?
Do what? Yeah, it's in the episode.
Okay. Because I'm curious, like how or why.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. All right. You want the next one?
Yeah, go ahead and give me the next one.
Escape from extremism.
That was Casper Rigsby. He was briefly in a neo-Nazi style cult or whatever you want to call it. He wasn't in there very long. He just kind of just said fuck this shit and left. But of course, if you've seen American History X, you already know what's going on with that. I mean, how they recruit basically confused
Fantastic
kids
movie.
who are down on their luck, or yeah. So he was in that for a little while, and they recruited him. Basically, just disgruntled, white kids like that's like those fuckers trying to prey on him like alt-right fuckers and incels, you know, trying to get those angry white men or whatever. So, yeah, that was interesting. He wasn't in there that long, but it's still an interesting snapshot. He didn't know any. Of course, they don't tell any of the grunts, any of the big shit that goes down, but he did see some beatdowns happen. So that's a little disturbing, but I mean it's not too much. Like I said, he was only in there for a brief period. So, but again, if you want to go listen to that one, it'll kind of give you a background on that, on the whole neo-Nazi slash white supremacist type of clan going on. All right, so what's the next one?
Next one is Trailer Park Politics.
Oh well, yeah, of course, that's Tucker. Oh. Tucker from the trailer park, Atheist in the Trailer Park, who drove up with me to American Atheist. You had to have met him. He was there. I know he was. I drove up with him. We stayed in the hotel together and shit.
You said Tucker? It blipped out for a second.
Yeah, Tucker. Yeah.
See, the interesting thing is, I don't know that I met Tucker there. I met somebody else, Elaine. Lane?
Yeah, Jude. Yeah, Jude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you weren't really, because Tucker was wandering around a lot, and he was staying back in the room with all the podcast people. We weren't really back there that much.
I would like to
So
meet.
your path didn't really cross. So, but he came up with me. He lives in a trailer park. Go figure. In northern Nashville, North Nashville, Gallatin. And he just basically does news items, and then he alternates with like weird ass religious books, like he was doing the Apocrypha.
I
He was
feel like he'd
doing.
be
I forgot what
interesting to
he's.
talk to because he at least reacts to a lot of the posts that I put up and stuff like that, and I just don't have any good context for him.
No, he's just. I mean, he doesn't talk as much as he used to. He'll comment on some of my stuff and mansplain to me. What he likes to do. He likes to correct me as much as he can.
Well, Chris, you need a good
Which is fine.
man to mansplain for you.
Fuck him. But no, he's fine. He's cool. He's got like 4 cats. So that's funny.
Is that like 4chan
And
for furry things?
what?
You said he has 4 cats, and I'm like, first thing I went to was 4chan.
I hope that's not the dad joke.
That's not. I got a better dad joke.
Thank you.
Yes.
Good, because that was a reach.
Well, I'm a gift and a blessing. Fuck off.
You're something. All right, so yeah, go check him out. He's Atheist in the Trailer Park. You can just look it up. I forgot. TP Atheist is his Twitter handle. But if you go look him up on Facebook, you'll find him and go listen to his podcast.
And next,
he's a good friend.
He's a good friend of yours?
No, that was the last thing I was going to say. Go ahead.
Mr. Smith goes.
I wonder which one that is. That was the I
Episode
had you on,
88.
dumbass.
Mr. Smith Goes to Podunk. And that was the one that I was on. That was Raising Kids Without Religion.
That was yours, yeah. We talked about
So yeah, we talked about
raising kids as
being parents and being a parent and what it's like to raise a kid without religion, like how to teach morality to a child without needing the elf on the shelf we call God to be a decent person. That's basically it. God is the adult version of elf on the shelf, and just like children, you should grow out of it.
pretty much, yeah.
That's it. I mean,
So that was fun. I enjoyed having you on.
I was so fucking nervous. I was terrified.
That was kind of your first audition.
My audition. Yeah.
And your phone kept
clearly I failed it and everyone else did worse, or they died, so that's why I'm here. Anyway, episode 87 is Snap Reunion.
That was when I had the ginger. Well, half of the one. Amy Kuehl is still on there, but Nadia had to leave for school to concentrate on school, and I just had them both on because I love them so much, and I wanted to talk to them together again. I do believe we had some technical issues on that one, which go figure, but it was good to talk to both of them. Nadia's really fucking smart. She's into bugs. Apparently, she likes bugs.
You know what was refreshing, though?
She likes biology.
We all had, at least I and Amy had technical issues instead of just me.
Yeah. When was it? Wait. Oh, that's right. You were on. No. When were you on there?
Amy Kuehl?
No, this is a different one. Yeah, this is another. But yeah, you're talking about the ACAB one.
Yeah, the ACAB one. Fuck the police.
Yeah, that was recent. This one's from before you. This one was her and her ex co-host from Ginger Snaps. I just wanted to talk to them both again because I liked them, and I miss Nadia. Her science skills. So that was my main motivation. Go listen to that.
What kind of science skills?
Do what?
What kind of science skills?
Oh, she's a biologist major.
Oh.
Biology major. And she likes talk about bugs and other stuff. I don't want to. Shit. I don't know. Remember, is it microbiology maybe?
You know what? We should.
I don't remember. I don't want to say, but yeah, I'll have to have them both back on because I can't remember off the top of my head. But she's cool, and of course, Amy, you already know she's been on the show before. So, anyway, let's go check that out if you just like to have fun. People having fun, shit. So, all right, what's the next one?
I'm gonna guess. Also before time, clearly, because I see the date. But episode 89, Embrace the Ethics. I'm gonna guess. Hold on. Aaron Rabi.
I think you.
Let me ask you a question.
God,
is it Rabi, Rabbi, or Robbie? I've heard all three. And there's a fourth, Rabinowitz, which is his actual name. But
Rabinowitz, yeah, that's his actual name.
Yeah, I've heard Aaron Rabi, Robbie, and Rabbi.
I go by Rabin. I just use Rabinowitz because that's his name on Facebook or whatever.
Well, but that's new.
I think. Dude, I don't know. All I know is that one was cursed.
It is cursed. It's Aaron Robbie. That's what I learned him as. So, sorry, Aaron.
The show was cursed from the beginning because I couldn't get a good internet connection. And I had to reschedule, and it still fucked up. So basically, I had to do a podcast version of it and edit the shit out of it because I couldn't get it to work. I finally found out that garbage ass laptop had a fucking old ass network card, and it wouldn't even work with dual uh, dual band or whatever.
Well, that's because you didn't have me then, so you're a technical problem.
Motherfucker, I knew. I figured out what it was later. I just didn't think about it at the time.
Day late, buck short. Anyway, what did you guys talk about?
Moral luck.
Moral luck?
And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't remember anything about it.
Well,
but he's philosophy just hurts my head. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's hard for me to keep it in there because it just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't click with me.
See,
so it's hard for me to.
I'm a believer that philosophy hurts everyone's fucking head, including the people that have written it. The thing is that there are the people that are like, oh, this hurts, I'm out. And then there's the rest of us that are masochists. Can I, since we don't know what you talked about because the glitches in the Matrix, can I plug his show?
Go ahead.
Embrace the Void. And then the other one that is ethics philosophy related is Philosophers in Space, which is with Thomas Smith of the opening arguments. Persuasion. Have you listened to Philosophers in Space?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God. It's actually really good. What they do is they take sci-fi movies, anything from like Star Trek to like whatever, like old school Star Trek. And because a lot of Star Trek is, or Star Trek, but sci-fi is very much so in line with like utilitarianism, like all these different types of philosophy. Subtly, it's in the plot and the I don't know how it all plays out, but they break it down and he explains how the different, if it's Star Trek, because he loves Star Trek, that's why I'm harping on it. He'll talk about how this is related to this type of philosophy, this is related to this is related to this. Super good. You should watch it, listen to it, go to sleep to it, send him love letters, whatever you do. Yep, that exactly. No, it's super, super good. If you like anything even remotely from War of the Worlds to the original Star Trek, Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, all that stuff, you should totally give it a listen. Philosophers in Space.
All right, yeah. So go listen to Aaron on either of those two shows, and maybe you'll get more out of it than I could. Nothing against him. He's a great explainer. He's a teacher. I believe he's a professor in real life.
Yeah,
so
he works at Rutgers.
Yeah. So it's not him, it's me. So anyway. All right, what's the
So next one is
what number are we?
Teacher.
How far down? Okay, that was Nico. I know her from Alabama. She was a teacher, obviously, and we were talking about kind of how hard it is because she lives in Alabama, and kind of the shit teachers have to go through, but also specifically had to deal with it in Alabama if you're a secular person. And of course, I don't know if you know this or not, but Alabama's kind of backward. I don't know if that's something you've heard before.
Alabama backwards.
Go figure.
I hear they're on the forefront of women's rights.
Yep. Women's right to fucking be slaves, basically, to their bodies. But yeah, we talked about teaching in general and the challenges that are down there. The shit. I think we also talked about just the battle down there for abortion, because y'all know they always try to fucking pass laws. They keep getting shot down, spending taxpayers' money when you got people down there who fucking have diseases from third world countries.
Let's interject. If you're from Alabama and you're voting conservative and you're not opposing these people, fuck yourself. Twice.
It's it's religion.
And Sunday.
It's all it is. I mean, I remember Obama got a lot of shit for this, but I mean, it was true. They were clinging to their Bibles and their guns, and that's not wrong. I mean, they are. Um, they would they gladly get fucked over on everything else, regardless, just because of religion. Just if you say you're Jesus-y.
I think it's very fair to say that anybody that isn't a white dude or a woman subservient to her husband in the church in Alabama, that you're just fucked over.
Yeah. So
Fuck those people.
it was. You see a pattern of me talking about things that are super uplifting. You see that pattern?
I feel fucking invigorated because I mean these topics are. I mean, geez, I'm gonna hit ceiling cat.
Uh,
Yeah. Oh god. So
well, how many down are we? How many has that been that we've
we
gone
are almost. We are like 1 or 2 away from the 50% mark.
Okay, we'll keep going.
All right, we got episode 94, Dying Out Loud.
That was Dave Warnock. He's on just about everything. He's he just fairly recently found out he had ALS, which is Lou Gehrig's disease, and he's been going on tours, talking to people, talking to podcasts, going on shows about dying out loud. And like, he's just trying to do as much as he can before he died or before whatever the symptoms really start to kick in or whatever. He actually lives here in Nashville, and that was a live interview I did with him. That was actually before we started the first episode. Before I had you on the first time, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I may be wrong, but we talked about his experiences, what he's been doing, his philosophy on it, the whole thing. It's pretty interesting, but go to Dying Out Loud is on Facebook with Dave Warnock, and everything's on there. He's been on 100. He's been on Cogdis, Scathing Atheist, fucking Atheist Experience, just about everything I can think of.
He's the guy.
Yeah, he's been on everything.
He sounds like a nice person.
Yeah, he's an inspirational kind of guy. So yeah, definitely go. Like I said, just type in his name, Dying Out Loud. He's fucking everywhere. So you want it, but yeah.
Next up, we have episode 100, Out with the Old, In with the New.
Oh, well, I wonder what that was. Oh, that was your first episode.
Mine?
No, wait. No, sorry. No,
Mr.
sorry.
Smith goes to Podunk.
No. This is where we changed it to postmodern polymath. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so that's what that show was all about.
It was
just unveiling
official.
Right. The first official was the co-host.
I retract my snark. That's cool.
Yeah. That's when we unveiled the new logo and everything. So, yeah, that's what that episode was.
Next one was episode 95, the co-host with the most. I feel like that's making a lot of appearances here.
That was your first one.
Yeah. I'm sorry, everybody. Your bandwidth is valuable. Thank you for sharing it with me. Anyway, episode 97, Hail Satan.
That's when we had Nathan Dickey, and that one was one with you on there.
Yeah.
The ones you.
Yeah.
Probably the second one. I don't remember.
And
that was a good one.
Yeah, it was. Because I don't have notes and my brain is tired. We will put Nathan Dickey's podcast in the show notes.
Leap of doubt.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is. Episode 98. Fuck you, people.
Oh Lord! And they're still. I mean, I still follow him on Twitter because I can't help myself.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if Silverman's telling the truth or the girl's telling the truth. 2.5 months later, David Silverman is fired from another fucking place, and he's at some fucking shill place by a guy that owns some fucking random hookup service.
Yeah, we need to mention that right quick, I guess, because in case y'all didn't know,
adult
okay,
friend finder.
he resigned. I guess they let him resign.
Hold on. Let's TLDR
American.
for a second. AA, he went away, American Atheist. He got hired by, take it.
AAI, American Atheist Alliance International. And then,
how did that work out, Chris? Tell me about it. Hold on.
Well, somebody, Rebecca Vincent.
He's totally innocent. No big deal. Oh, it's the white man's being kept down by the woman. Oh. And then
he gets caught. Somebody else accuses him of doing the same kind of shit. Rebecca Vitzman, which she's already made that public anyway, so I'm not talking out of line or anything. So,
did she ever release?
Yeah, he got
text messages that she posted originally that she had.
I can't remember. I'd have to go look.
I mean,
I think so, but I don't know where.
The summary of the one post she made, the original post before like it became a big thing, was that he had approached her like via text or DM or something, thanking her for not being like the others, for basically turning him in and being public with it and all this stuff. And that she said that she had talked to her therapist because she had trauma from it and had issues with what to do. And that she had, I believe the words she said, it's one of these three, a lot, copious, or a significant amount of messages in one way, shape, or form from David Silverman that were inappropriate, all this other stuff, and she didn't really elaborate on the whole situation, but he is a handsy motherfucker, and he needs to learn what consent is. And I'm sorry, like, fine, like, can I suspend belief for a minute that like a single person might have an axe to grind? Fine, maybe. But when people start coming out of the woodwork with evidence, I'm sorry, you're just a piece of shit that doesn't, either you're a predator or you don't understand what it is to be a decent human and you're a sociopath. So if this, I'm fairly certain that the free thought prophets will probably, because they're probably obsessed with us too. They'll come across this.
I purposely don't talk about it on here for that reason, because I don't want them to give me.
I know, but it's worth it on this one.
But since we're talking about, this is going to be the last one we talk about probably anyway, because it deserves, and it's already an hour in, but this deserves more of an in-depth thing, only because I found some more stuff now. Wokeness Day, of course, it refers to that whole episode is about how Zach, our friend Zach from Sacrilege, started arguing about David Silverman because they were kissing his ass. They had him on, and they were just like blowing smoke up his ass. And Zach got in an argument with him about what believing women and how platforming Silverman and kissing his ass was bullshit. And him and Zach went back and forth. They went back and forth for a while, and then Zach just blocked him and said, "Fuck you." Well, we can't do that because we're petty. So we had to go there and take over and then start fucking with them ourselves.
Of course.
So, and we were doing the same kind of shit. Like, I was making fun of them because they have matching lava lamps, which is creepy.
Yeah, they do have matching lava lamps, and they're on the opposing, like, the complementary side, so they're all like symmetrical. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's kind of strange, but I mean, yeah, we got in a thing with them because of it. You know, the whole don't believe they don't they take Silverman at his word, and we're skeptics, and we have to take all the evidence. Blah blah blah. Typical
I don't
dude,
know
white.
who's telling the truth, so I can't believe anybody. So I'm just gonna err on the side of pretending it never happened, which equates to ignoring the woman. Meh.
But they never say that. So,
Yeah, fuck
um,
anyway.
yeah, we got an argument with him, and then the whole woke stay thing was great because they think they're clever, I guess, because they came up with it, or I don't know where they got it from,
They're
but
fucking dumb. They're fucking stupid, dude. They're just dumb. It's a dude with an accent and a fucking ex-cop. Like, fuck them. I'll fight each of them for fucking charity.
oh, I didn't know he was next cop. Okay.
Oh no,
Uh,
I listen to their shit. The bald one's an ex-fucking cop. Like, I will fight both of them individually, not at the same time, for charity. Put up your money.
well, they're Irish. I know the brothers from Ireland. I don't know.
Don't
I
give a
guess they're.
fuck. They can be from
No,
Ireland.
I'm just for
Yeah.
explanation's sake.
Fuck.
I don't give a fuck either. But I watched recently again because they had Allison Hess on there, which I don't know if you remember this her or not, but she was the one that was going around saying she talked to Silverman. She thought he was completely innocent. He was mistreated and all this shit, and she got a lot of pushback on that from me and Zach on his page because to me it was kind of, and of course a lot of women got pissed off about that because she thought they were like minimizing their experiences. Although I did see her on Rebecca's post, and it was a little less. As long, I mean, your own experience is fine, whatever. But as long as you don't try to make it other women's experiences seem illegitimate just because it didn't happen to you or something like that, I think that was the big problem there.
Experiences are individual. Like, they can have similarities, but they are each other's own.
Yeah, I mean, but she glommed on to these free throw profits guys, and they loved it. They thought they were fucking. See, look.
She fucking tokenized herself for these fucking assholes.
Yeah, I don't know if it was. I don't know if I'd blame her for that.
I would blame her for the fact that she hopped on with it. Like, she
Well, maybe
for that shit.
she does seem to be kind of self-involved. I have to say.
Self-involved. Like, if she was a victim to something, I'm sorry. Like, that's terrible, and that's not a platitude. But like, you cannot project your own bullshit, regardless of who you are, man, woman, otherwise, anything else, onto somebody else, and then tokenize yourself and expect that to mean something. Like, yours is yours, and it doesn't represent anyone else, and it doesn't mean that someone else is innocent or guilty. Like, keep it as yours. Don't sell it.
It felt like that. So. And I watched that, and guess what? He had a T-shirt with that stupid ass Wokest Day shit. The motherfucker actually did get a T-shirt.
Because they can I just, so they were all about like, oh, publicity, money, this and that. The free thought profit people were selling a $24 fucking T-shirt that said Wokest Day on the same tweet that was allegedly like, oh, like, I'm not anti-woman's victimization, but I'm not pro-white dudes victimization. Like, it's all about the money. These fucking people are hanger-oners. Like, that's what they do. They're selling you a fucking T-shirt. They're not sending a message. They're capitalists. That's a whole nother fucking episode. But like, if somebody's trying to like grab onto your experience, your trauma, and sell a fucking T-shirt or anything else for their own benefit, fuck those people. They're just there for the fucking crowd.
Oh, and this will be a good time to mention I just opened a merch store for the show.
Those people are such garbage. Honestly, individually, either one of those motherfuckers I would fight for charity. And David Silverman, if this gets to David Silverman, I would absolutely fight David Silverman for fucking charity. His choice. Like 100%.
I'm down. Okay.
No, oh yeah. Let's start a fucking Kickstarter, a GoFundMe. Like David Silverman, if this gets to you, like I will straight up fight you. Bare knuckle gloves, doesn't matter. For charity. If you're that innocent, like fucking step up, bro.
So I feel like we kind of got off the track. The whole thing with
Really?
Silverman was
Yeah, he's a
the whole
piece of
thing. Yeah, he's a piece of shit, and the wokest day
shit. He
thing
get
is
fucked
ridiculous.
up.
More than likely, I actually don't. You could bite his ankles or whatever. So
I chew a good ankle.
it's your midget ass. Anyway, but he's with the Corfu. Is it Corfu? Cordu Foundation or some shit. I forgot the guy's name, but you're muted. I don't know what you're saying.
If anybody is confused, Google who is the owner of Adult Friend Finder.
Is he still? I thought he bought it
Started
back.
it.
No, I know, but he like had to sell it, or he was off the board, then he was back on it or something. I don't
Yeah,
remember
because they're
that.
all fucking grabby bastards, like shady motherfuckers. Like, do you really want to be part of an atheist group with a dude that can't even be on the board of a company for adults to find people to fuck each other? And the one dude out of like what 7 billion humans on this planet that they choose is David fucking Silverman.
Oh, you know he's not going to be the. They
He's gonna
already.
be there for a minute before he gets like accused or somebody comes out with something else. He'll be like, "Oh, I'm just a what? You're not that fucking important, dude. You're a
Hey,
white
look,
dude who's made a few dollars. Like, fuck yourself."
and the fact that he had it lined up that quick tells me he was already going to do it anyway.
Oh yeah,
He was just
he's
waiting.
not accepted somewhere else. He is just going in with somebody else who's skeezy as fuck as him. Again, David
Yeah,
Silver.
and they just started the whole thing. If you look, well, I haven't looked lately, but
Okay.
they just started that Twitter. He sent that thing out in his Facebook page about him being the new whatever the fuck, and they've already started retweeting Ben Shapiro, Rick Rubin, all the IDW right
Blah
wing
blah blah.
fuckers, and they'll probably be there too.
All
It'll
the
probably just be
MRA,
a
all the MRAs that are like, oh, white guys are oppressed. Seriously,
it'll be.
any of these fucking people, if it's Dave Rubin, I'll fight him and someone else for charity simultaneously.
You're just all about all right, Joe Biden, calm down there, buddy.
Whoa, Joe just needs to go retire and like go to Sun City West.
Anyway, that's another subject. But yeah, look out, see what happens. I'm curious to see what kind of shit show this is going to be. So, there's one more thing I wanted to bring up. Well, first of all, don't miss. Go look at the merch on the store. It's on Teespring, and I can't remember. Go look for the Postmodern Polymath podcast. I can't remember the URL exactly, but you can have a tote. Go get your tote bag. Um, go get you a throw pillow. Go get you a throw, and your T-shirts and your poster and stickers.
Wait, Eeyore?
Are sorry. Go get the shows, whatever you want to call. I'm sorry, I'm used to
I
doing
was
my.
excited. Like I thought you said Eeyore. That's what it sounded like through this.
No.
The
Go to the. I'll
knows.
put a link up. Actually, I put the link up on the about page on the WordPress page. So go look at the about page. You'll see the link, or you can just look up Teespring and look for the triple po. Actually, might work. I think that's the URL, but I don't want to say it exactly. So one more thing before I go, and I'm going to monologue a bit here, Lyman. So if you don't mind, the other night, a couple of nights ago, I had made a comment on somebody's page. I don't really, it doesn't matter who it was. But it's a public profile, but still. About some shit, right? And then somebody decides they're going to come on there and talk about, I'm going to need you to what did she say exactly? I just need you to stop acting like you're a feminist. You care about women when you threaten to fucking do revenge porn or something like that. Now,
What?
this,
Okay,
okay,
carry on.
I've told you this story before. Oh,
Oh,
don't I?
that story. Got it.
Yeah.
Scandalous bitch. Got it.
Yeah, fucking the same story. That's been, what, 2 years now, I think? Maybe longer than 2 years. Maybe. I don't know. And again, that doesn't mean that it's not valid. That's fair, generally speaking. But 2 years ago, somebody claimed that first of all, they released a bunch of texts or messaging, private messages between me and her on Facebook, which she shouldn't have done, really. That part, fine, whatever. I was talking shit about my ex, right? Okay. Which, not good, but we're going through a bad breakup. Well, then she posts something between her and the ex, right? Now she blacked out her name, but everybody knew who the fuck it was because she asked me about it. She's like, it was blacked out, but she knew. They knew who it was, right? So that's bullshit. You don't need to be bringing other people's name up in the shit, for one thing. And then she fails to mention Courtney, who I'm gonna fuck that bitch. And yes, I said bitch. I don't care. So she kept bugging at my ex about it. Incidentally, me and my ex are on good terms now. We talk a lot. So whatever. She blocked her. She blocked Courtney because she wouldn't shut up. She kept bugging her about it. So that should tell you something. So anyway, one of the things she said was that I threatened to send her nudes to sell her nudes or some shit. I don't remember exactly, which is complete and utter bullshit. I never did anything like that. But this person decides she's going to talk shit about me, and I'd made this decision, especially after what happened between. Remember, we were supposed to go on a show, and they started talking shit about me,
I do remember that.
and he decided it went. I don't have any beef with him. He talked to me, and he was cool, whatever. So it's the people who are saying the shit, which is whatever. I mean, it's not that it still pissed me off. It upset me, but so anyway, this has come back up again, and I said no more because in the past I let it go. No more. Every time I hear this shit now, I'm gonna be like, I told her keep my name out of your fucking mouth. You don't know fucking shit about it. We were supposedly friends. You ghosted me, didn't ask me anything about it, and say fuck you or anything. All y'all just ghosted me, and I was keeping back. I was like, look, I just it's not worth me dealing with it. I'm fucking sick of it. I'm sick of people talking shit about me that's not true. So from now on, you come at me with some that bullshit, I'm gonna tell you to keep my name out your mouth and worry about your business and quit spreading around bullshit gossip rumors. Incidentally, the person who accused me of that shit deleted all those posts. Okay, just so y'all know.
It is, Chris. I wonder why.
Yeah, and I know this I know people who know her or whatever. So she don't even feel good about her keeping the shit up herself. So I mean, and what pisses me off, and I'll say the last of this. She tried to invoke Me Too when she made this accusation. That really made me mad because there are people who actually were assaulted and shit. I want to, for the record, I've never met her in person ever. This is all online. It's on Facebook, every bit of it. Okay, now you can argue about semantics, I guess, but to Me Too means women who were assaulted, sexually harassed, and raped and stuff like that. I don't see how that falls into that category, but whatever. Regardless, I didn't do any of that shit, and I would argue that she was one that fucked me over. But she glommed onto the whole Me Too thing, and again, I'm completely for Me Too. That's not the issue. Everyone's don't. I'm not saying like certain other people. Well, if one woman lied, then the rest of them are full of shit. No, I never said that. This particular woman is full of shit. That's all I'll say about it. So I put a long post up. I was drinking. I'll admit it. I was pissed, and I'm sick of it. So if any of y'all want to come at me with that shit, you need to come to me and drop it. But keep my name out your mouth otherwise. Okay? Love ya. All right. Sorry. I had to throw that out there. Lyman.
Well, I would also like to add the fact that I'm also an advocate for believing women, regardless. And the fact of the matter is, as humans, male, female, otherwise, pick your poison. Some humans are just fucking liars, and they have their own axes to grind, and they have their own motivations, and there's an amount of them that aren't true. And so up front, at first glance, I would say always take complaints, exposures, anything like that, with the utmost sincerity and belief. But when they, eventually, if they're true, obviously, fuck those people. David Silverman, like, it's interesting because if you look at the situation, we're sitting here saying like, fuck David Silverman for this, that, and the other thing. That's fine. There is evidence. There's the situation where it's like, okay, well, I don't know who's telling the truth. At the end of the day, it becomes like, I see a lot of things like, oh, well, Blackwell's law and this and that and this and that. Like, oh, I'd rather have somebody who's guilty get away than an innocent be convicted. But this is all bullshit because at the end of the day, if somebody who is in power is accused by multiple people, like, we're not talking about Blackwell's law where we're taking away his freedom, because Blackwell's law talks about like prison and legal stuff. You can choose not to platform a motherfucker based on the fact that it's like, okay, well, if you don't know who's telling the truth, that's cool, that's fair, but you can choose which side of the argument to steelman or give the benefit of the doubt. And statistically speaking, the dude's not innocent, statistically speaking. And that's not to say anything about Chris specifically. It's the fact that you don't have to give them a fucking platform. You don't put them on your show. You don't put them on your fucking board of members. You don't hire them to be a voice for what some people consider a movement, or what I consider at this point atheist trademark pending, versus people that are just humanists. It's, if you are a skeptic, quote unquote, if you consider yourself a skeptic, the skeptical thing to do is first and foremost be a human and approach it from a human standpoint where, yes, they aren't convicted of a crime or anything like that, but the benefit of the doubt, the statistics, all this stuff skeptically says that this person is at least not worth putting on your fucking show and not worth defending. You don't have to defend somebody just because you don't know. Like, you can just say, you know what, I don't really know. Like, cool. Like, let's let them work it out and back the fuck off. Like, it's that easy. You don't have to have a fucking position. Like the misnomer of skepticism is like, oh, I have to like nuance this down into meaninglessness, and I have to listen to this and this and this and this and this and this. It doesn't work that way. Like you're a fucking person first, and if your identity is based in skepticism and atheism, and this insults your sensibilities, then first and foremost, that's on you. And you need to look at this objectively just as a human being. Like, forget all these other bullshit things like what David Silverman or anyone else means to you. It's like, just look at it from the standpoint that this is a person that says, hey, this happened to me. This is the person that did it. And you have to divorce your fucking value you have assigned to that person. If you cannot, then you are just as fucking fallible and as just fucked up as any other person that's like, oh, well, Kavanaugh, well, he just wanted to go like boofing with Squee and throw back some brewskis. Like, fuck all that. It is hard to be a fucking victim, especially publicly. Like, just like step back and imagine that it was you. It doesn't matter if you're a dude, it doesn't matter if you're a girl, it doesn't matter what you are. Like, you need to be on the side of the people, quote unquote, the person. And when you are not on the side of the person, you're not on the side of the people, then you are part of the fucking problem. Because whether or not that isolated incident is correct or true or half true or 3/4 true or whatever it is, you are creating an environment in which other people, predators, people that use their power, people that use whatever stature they have and whatever benefit of the doubt that you fucking created for them based on the fact that you, quote unquote, I don't know what's going on. Like, that creates an environment for predators to exist. Let it play out. Stop taking sides in the sense that you need all the facts. Oh, evidence. Like, what the fuck is the evidence? What level of evidence would you need for David fucking Silverman to be guilty? What is it? Do you need to watch? You need to watch and be inappropriate? Do you need a videotape? Do you want to watch that? Like, what is the standard? And we're not talking about legal standards. We're talking about human standards. Victims are more common than the fucking wrongly accused, period. It doesn't matter what the context is. Because for somebody to stand up and say, I was victimized, it does not matter what the crime. Statistically speaking, if you are skeptical, you will err on the side of the verifiable, validatable evidence. And that is that the person that steps up and says they have a problem. Even courts err on this. If somebody goes to family court and they're like, oh, this person's a drug addict, this and that and this and that, they will make sure to rule them out first. They don't say, oh, well, where's your evidence?
Yeah. Well, we'll leave it alone, I guess. I just wanted to kind of get it out there. We don't beat that horse pretty well, Silverman.
Well, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, whether it's somebody stole your fucking $10 or sexual improprieties or anything else, just your gut reaction should be to be on the side of the victim and want to let that like come to light, play out, not defend the fucking person that is the accused.
I do want to say that we will continue to cover Silverman as soon as he fucks up again. Now that he's with this Corfu, whatever the fuck it is, I forgot. Conru. Right. It should get very interesting. So, all right, Lyman.
Charity. David Silverman. Let's do it.
Charity.
For charity. Nope, I do.
Oh.
for fucking funsies, never mind charity, but yeah, I'll do it.
Yes, I know. You'll beat the shit out of
Yeah.
Message sent.
Anyway,
I want the dad joke.
You want your dad joke. All right. If a child refuses to sleep during nap time, are they guilty of resisting arrest?
Okay. That hurt me a little bit, but okay, I'll
That
take
hurt
it.
you a little bit?
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
You know what? You're not the only one.
Feel a little pain on that one.
Like right
All
here
right.
or right here.
I can't even write down here. Everywhere. You got anything else you want to throw out there, Lyman?
No. Happy 2020. Here's to hopefully another awesome roaring 20s from the art creativity standpoint that we already had 100 years ago. Weird. And yeah, like, don't suck as people, don't vote for Donald Trump, and be a fucking person before a political lackey, because you suck if you don't.
Yeah, well, for me, 2020 should be interesting, and I don't mean that necessarily in a good way. Obviously, I'm pessimistic anyway, so I'm pretty sure you already knew I didn't mean that in a good way. Let's try not to reelect the fuckstick. Dune is coming out later this year. You need to worry about Dune. That's all you need to worry about. Dune.
Whoa. What about Dune?
The movie, Dune. The
Yeah,
book.
I know the movie and the book.
Yeah. So
is there a remake?
Go watch it. Yeah.
What?
It's gonna be off the chain. Off the chain. So, go check it out. That's one movie I'm looking forward to this year.
When does that come out?
Around election day, unfortunately. So it's either going to be depressing or I can't enjoy it because Trump got reelected, or it'll be awesome because, well, not maybe if it's Biden. Anyway, I want to think about that.
I will say this. For me, Bernie 2020. But if Bernie somehow goes away, Elizabeth Warren, good second, and Pete Buttigieg should fuck himself into a corner and drop out. But if no matter who after the primaries is elected, do not vote a write-in or not vote at all. At that point, I get it. You don't like who the fuck it is. I don't either at that point. Vote against the person you hate more than the person you didn't want. If that makes sense. Like, vote against Trump is what I'm saying in the general.
Yeah,
vote
in the general.
And everything else during the primaries. If you don't get who you want, I'll be just as sad as you, because hopefully you will want the same person that I do, or at least in the top two. Fine, great. But like, don't fucking. Oh, I cannot tell you how many people I've heard say, "Well, if I don't get Bernie or Warren or this and that, they are the compromise during the general. I'm not going to vote, or I'm sorry, during the primaries. I'm not going to vote during the general." I'm like, you are a dumb motherfucker. They're like, well, they have to earn my vote. And they're like, in my mind, they might as well have snaps in a circle and fucking swagger. It's like, that isn't fucking rebellion, you dumbass. It's surrender. Like, I get it. We don't all get, we've never, who here has gotten what we want? I can't go to the fucking doctor without worrying about fucking copays. Go and vote against the worst situation at the least. You can't gain ground if you fucking willfully lose it. Don't be an asshole. Fucking go vote.
Don't be an asshole. Go fucking vote. I think that's a good thing then, though. 2020 better be better. Well, please be better, because I need it.
We need you to be better, everybody, including and you, Chris.
Well, yeah, and you and everybody.
Yeah.
All right. Well, happy New Year, Lyman.
You as well, sir.
And you've got the button over there. So let me say my thing first. Until next time, y'all take it easy now, okay?
And go register to vote, or you suck as a person.
Oh,